A cabinet minister concedes that the Christie administration politicized crime. More than $600,000 in resources missing from the road traffic department, and an educator killed in a shooting. Find out about these stories and others. I'm your host, Nico Scavella, and this is the Tribune's Top 5. With this year's murder record steadily climbing, Tourism Minister Obi Wilchcombe admitted that the situation is disgraceful. In an interview with the Tribune, Minister Wilchcombe said that it was the Progressive Liberal Party which made crime a political issue, but said that the party has learned from that experience and realizes now that everyone must work together to combat crime. The minister said instead of pointing the finger at politicians for the increase in murders, Bahamians should, and I quote, get angry and march against it, end quote. Mr. Wilchcombe also told the Tribune that the new murder record is disgraceful. However, he said while the rise in murder has not impacted the tourism industry thus far, the country needs to reverse this negative trend before the Bahamas' brand is negatively affected. Now, the party campaigned on the platform that it had the solution to lower violent crime while the Ingram administration did not. However, since coming to office, the Christie administration has been grappling with the same issue. The Bahamas has been ranked the 6th most obese country in the world based on 2014 statistics from the World Health Organization. An obesity rate of 36.2% pushed the country ahead of regional counterparts like Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago, who ranked 12 and 13 on the top 25 list that was published by Yahoo News. The United States came in 9th on the list. Bahamian women had a significantly higher rate of obesity than men, according to the data compiled by HealthGrove, a health research firm that sourced World Health Organization data from countries with populations that exceeded 150,000. The obesity rate was calculated as the rate of people with a body mass index greater than or equal to 30 as of 2014. The island nation of Samoa claimed the title of the most obese country in the world with a rate of 43.4%. Samoa has a population of 195,476. Arab countries Qatar and Kuwait came in second and third respectively. According to the report, the Bahamas' obesity rate jumped nearly 3 percentage points from 2010, when the rate was 33.5%. Auditor General Terrence Bastian has found that a whopping $660,000 in resources has gone missing from the Road Traffic Department's Abaco office. Mr. Bastian recommended in his audit report of the Road Traffic Department in Abaco that the Marsh Harbor office be shut down until proper internal controls were established. At the time of the audit, there were 17,502 validation, inspection, and decal stickers missing from the department's physical inventory, valued at approximately $656,710. Overall, the audit found the total weaknesses in the department resulted in the loss of a proper audit trail for stickers and contributed to the department's inability to account for stickers and other revenue-generating documents valued at $662,705. This was because the officer with responsibility for oversight of daily activities as the accounting officer did not ensure proper operational and record-keeping procedures were properly established or consistently complied with, the report said. The audit was tabled in the House of Assembly on Wednesday. It covers the period January 1st, 2012 to March 31st, 2015. The report said, as a result of our audit examination of the Road Traffic Department Marsh Harbor, we concluded that the revenue collections boundary was not properly or accurately accounted for. The audit findings show significant deficiencies with the department's management of general and other receipt books, certificate of motor vehicle inspection books, motor vehicle counterfoils, validation, inspection, and decal stickers. The totality of weaknesses found resulted in the loss of proper audit stickers and contributed to the department's inability to account for stickers and other revenue-generating documents valued at approximately $662,705. It continued, we would advise that due to our findings reported herein that you consider turning the matter over to the police for further investigations, end quote. On Monday, Transport and Aviation Minister Glenys Hannah Martin revealed to the Tribune that police were investigating the matter. The investigation involved 3 current workers and an employee who retired from the department earlier in the year, Road Traffic Controller Ross Smith later confirmed. On Monday, the Tribune exclusively revealed that a deal in principle has been struck for Bahamar between Island Capital Group LLC, a private real estate merchant bank led by Andrew Farkas and partnered by hotel magnate Saul Kersner, the Export-Import Bank of China, and China State Construction Engineering Corporation Limited, according to sources. This will ultimately lead to the 2 billionaire investors being exclusively responsible for the restructuring, financing, completion, opening, and operating of the beleaguered $3.5 billion resort in Cable Beach. It would also bring to an abrupt end any further actions by Supreme Court appointed receivers. The Tribune has learned that representatives from Island Capital Group have been in Beijing working out the details of the agreement, which is understood to be awaiting the rubber stamp. The Tribune also understands that the final aim is to analyze the debts, contracts, and other financing needs with a view to concluding what is definitively required to be undertaken to make the resort ready for its long-delayed grand opening over the next 6 to 9 months. Last month, Bahamar was put into receivership, ending a summer of insolvency which saw over 2,000 employees being laid off. It was originally scheduled to open in December 2014. A 34-year-old teacher was gunned down in the capital on Wednesday night, leaving behind 2 young sons and dozens of questions over why she was killed. Joyelle McIntosh, a 34-year-old mother of 2, was shot multiple times in her upper body and once in the head at the traffic light at the intersection of Parkgate and Village Roads. Police sources said the victim's young son was in the backseat of the car during the shooting, but was not harmed. On Thursday, family, friends, and colleagues of the Queens College elementary teacher struggled to deal with what they called a senseless killing that claimed the life of a woman they described as a devoted mother and teacher. Mrs. McIntosh was one of 2 people killed on Wednesday night. Assistant Commissioner of Police Stephen Dean said Mrs. McIntosh was found dead shortly after 8 o'clock on Wednesday night when police officers were called to the scene of a reported traffic accident at the stoplight. On arrival, they found a Toyota Corolla crashed into a wall. However, on examining the vehicle, officers found the body of a woman inside with gunshot wounds in her body. She was pronounced dead at the scene. ACP Dean said police currently have no suspects in custody and no motive for the murder, but they are leaning towards armed robbery. Teachers, parents, and friends of Mrs. McIntosh gathered at the Queens College campus on Village Road Thursday morning to pay respects to who they called a beautiful soul. It was an emotional scene, with parents and students in tears as they tried to come to grips with the incident. The slain educator was a 4th grade teacher at the private school. The school's Parent-Teacher Association has donated a wreath to the school in memory of Mrs. McIntosh. Want to get in on the discussion? Well, here's how you can. Just log on to our website, www.tribune242.com, like us on Facebook, Tribune News Network, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune242, or send us a tweet at Tribune242.